Well, it's 15 minutes after 8 o'clock. The Video Game Developer Conference is going on this week at San Francisco's Moscone Center. 10,000 people are attending, many of them developers of games played on computers and cell phones and PDAs. And the big issue they all deal with is video game ratings and who should be rating those video games. David Kinney is the CEO of PSVRatings. PBS is an acronym for profanity, sex, and violence. He joins me this morning. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Ross.
We were talking in the commercial break. You're dealing with someone here who the video games he had to deal with his kids were like Pong and Pac-Man. So I really have no idea what parents are having to go through, although I know they're very explicit, some of these games, and we're concerned about the ratings. You want your company to, in essence, be the one that everybody looks for the ratings, correct?
That's correct. We are an independent rating service called PSVRatings, and we do report on the profanity, sex, and violence.
Yeah. How are they rated right now?
Well, the way the industry rates video games is that they review footage of the video games and then they give their opinion as to what age group the video game is appropriate for. But you know, I may choose to raise my child differently than you raise your child. I may have two children that are twins and have different sensitivities to sex or violence. So a general age-based rating system does not really give the parents the information they need to make an informed decision based upon their own standards of suitability.
So how is yours different? In other words, we understand the industry would rather rate these themselves than have an independent. You're an independent company.
That's correct.
From the industry itself. How would you differ than what the Entertainment Software Rating Board? That's what's doing it now. How would yours be different?
Well, first and foremost, we're independent. We don't make money from selling video games, so we have no reward in it for making the sales. We very objectively and comprehensively we play the video games. We have several people have to go and play each game, and then we report exactly what's in the game. We don't make an opinion as to, oh, this is good for this age group or that age group. PSVRatings tells you exactly what the profanity, sex, and violence content of the game is.
But you would have to put some kind of age appropriateness on the, let's say there you have the outside of the video game. A parent could glance at that and see what the rating is for, and type individual maybe who should watch that. On the back of that you may have more explicit violence, sex, family-oriented humor, that kind of thing.
Well, in fact, the ESRB does do that. They tell you on the front of the video package exactly what age group they believe this game is suitable for. And then on the back, they give you an explanation of why. But again, the ESRB is the Entertainment Software Ratings Board. They are an arm of the Entertainment Software Association, which is the agency or the association that markets the games. PSVRatings, on the other hand, is an independent source of information, and we tell you exactly what's in it as opposed to making a judgment as to who it's appropriate for.
So if a parent were to look for this, you're not going to get an appropriate age group from your group.
Right.
You're just going to get what is in the videos. So the parent, and is it simply rated? I mean, can you look at the back of this? And, you know, many of these things you don't even understand what they're saying.
Right. Oh, it couldn't be simpler. We, in fact, we've trademarked the use of the traffic light icon, and the traffic light will tell you PSV, profanity, sex, violence, and then each light will be either green, yellow, or red. If we rate it white, then there's an absence, there's none. So it tells you what levels of profanity, sex, and violence are in the game.
So as you know, the Entertainment Board of the industry itself is saying really what you want is no different than what they're doing.
Actually, it's a lot different from what they're doing because, again, they're making a recommendation, and really that recommendation is based upon the target age group to which they want to market that product. The problem is that parents aren't aware of the amounts of sex and violence in these games. They aren't informed as to, again, what amount is in there, and they're allowing their children to buy these games and so forth. And I think the controversy is all about whether or not the government should step in and then censor the retailers and say, you can't sell this.
Well, who would eventually decide this? Would the conference that's meeting this week, would they choose you or the industry, or will this have to be legislated? And you know, it's interesting, I think there was one mother who said, I mean, it's kind of off the radar for even parents with young kids, said, I always thought the ones that were rated M were mild, because that's what my kids said, and it was mature.
Well, you know, the thing is, you've got between the ratings system for television, movies, and the video games, it's just this alphabet soup, and it is very confusing for parents. Again, we have one rating system that's applicable to all media.
But who's going to decide? Will it be Congress deciding, or will it be the industry deciding the final rating service?
Actually, the final rating system will be determined by the consumer. When the consumer realizes that the industry is there to sell the games and the parents are looking for a source of information that gives them the information they need, the parents will decide that they need to use independent sources of information.
Thanks, David, for coming in this morning. Enjoy your stay in the Bay Area.
Thank you very much, Ross. Thank you.
21 minutes after 8, back to the desk.